Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 more business ideas that are easy to manage in 2017. I did a previous video with 7 business ideas that are pretty easy to maintain, don't require too much time on a weekly basis to grow it. And these are 7 additional ones that you may want to look at. I split it into 2 videos to kind of save time and divide it up a little better. Otherwise, this would have been one incredibly long video. But the first business idea I want to mention in this video is online course selling. And online course selling is a great way to make premium, big ticket sales without having to worry about dealing with clients directly, without having to worry about a lot of customer service or dealing with just anything that would take up a lot of your time. So instead of, say, being a freelancer or a consultant or working for a company, you could make courses where you would teach people how to do it themselves. And Skillshare.com is one place you can go to do this. There's also other ones like Udemy and a few others, but Skillshare is a great one. I think they take a little less of a cut than Udemy does, which is nice. And they have millions of people on here taking classes all the time. So it allows you to leverage the traffic of Skillshare. It allows you to deal with marketing less, so you don't have to spend as much time creating blog posts and advertisements and things like that. You just need to focus on creating a high quality course. And an example of another site that does this, they actually sell courses directly on their site, and it's digitalmarketer.com. They sell all kinds of marketing courses, but this kind of shows you how they make so much money. They make money by selling very premium courses. Now, they also have smaller courses that they call execution plans, but these are basically their top end courses. They're $995. Some of them are closer to $500, but when you look at these, it shows you that you can charge a premium if you get good traffic and you really just deliver, actually over deliver on your courses. Now, you can also do cheaper courses. They have $27, $47 courses and things like that as well. But that's the main source of digitalmarketer.com's income, is they sell these courses like that. So a course is kind of a big step up from an ebook or something like that, because it's supposed to go a lot more in depth. It's supposed to have hours of tutorials and things like that and be broken down in a way that is easiest to learn. So Skillshare, great place to do that without worrying about all that other stuff. You can create some courses, maybe make a new course a month or a new course every once in a while, and just over deliver as much as possible. Make sure you rank it. Make sure you use your keywords well when you're trying to rank your course on these sites, and you shouldn't have to work too much to grow your business. Number 2, digital download Etsy stores. So Etsy stores, we all know kind of that Etsy is great for selling art and handcrafted goods and things like that. But when you start an Etsy store, you don't have to necessarily deal with all this shipping, all the handling, all the boxing of products and things like that. That would be kind of annoying to have to do. Instead of doing all that yourself, you can sell your art as a digital download. So obviously Etsy is where you would start. You would click sell on Etsy up here. But I'll show you some examples of digital download art. So for instance, if you wanted to buy a print that had to do with some kind of quote that you love or something like that, you could click on one. Let's say you click on this one. All it does is say Wanderlust, and it has like a little bit of scenery in the background. And what it is, it's downloadable. instant download is what you're looking for. Instant digital download tells you how big the file is, and you can print it off once you buy it. So you would pay $6 if you wanted to buy this, add to cart, pay for it, and then you download it. And then you can print it off at what size that you want on what kind of material that you want. So it gives the buyer more versatility to have it their own way. It saves them money by getting the download version instead of having to pay for shipping and having to pay for the canvas version or the original. And it saves the artist time because they don't have to deal with all the shipping and the handling and the boxing and all of that of the art. So there's a lot of benefits to doing this, and it makes you passive income. People come on Etsy all the time, they look for stuff and they download it, they add it to cart and they buy it. So that's another thing you can do is if you're artistic, you could do a direct download Etsy store. Just make sure when you sign up to do that and you make your ad for your stuff, make sure it's a digital download like a JPG format or so, and make sure it's available for instant digital download. And then of course you want to add new art every month. Number 3, you could do a video channel. So a video channel, of course, you know I have a video channel and I publish 7 videos a week, and it's done really well for me. It's done really well for others as well. Some people make millions of dollars on just YouTube alone. And for instance, you could make a YouTube channel. Best place to still make a video channel, of course, there's also twitch.tv if you want to do gaming. There's also Daily Motion, which is kind of a cousin or of sorts of YouTube in a way. Has less traffic, but it's similar. Vimeo is another one. Vimeo is kind of a paid platform, and they don't do ads. They do like paid content. So there's a few different places you can do video channels. You don't have to just settle for YouTube and that's it. I still believe YouTube is the best because they're the second most highly trafficked site in the world. All you would have to do, make sure you have a Gmail account and click upload to add your first video, and then you can go from there, start making videos. I recommend you do one at least every other day to really grow your channel. An example of a very successful YouTuber that kind of keeps things, I would say, fairly simple is Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, this is a guy who's a very busy and successful entrepreneur. He invests in a lot of companies. He basically invested in every social media company like Pinterest and Snapchat and companies like that. He's built Vayner Media, which is his media company. He built a very successful family business, which was dealing with wine. So he's been successful in a lot of different things. So what he does is he does these videos like every day where he gives some sort of advice to entrepreneurs or his fans, or he just talks about what's going on and things like that. And now he has a lot of fans. You can see he gets about 4.9 million views per month now. And Gary Vaynerchuk is an example of somebody who doesn't do anything too fancy with his videos most of the time, but he just talks to the camera. He's straightforward. He motivates you. He makes you understand what he's trying to tell you, and that's it. He's not some super talented comedian. He doesn't do a lot of crazy special effects. He doesn't do animation. He just is straightforward and gives you advice and things like that. So that's a great example of having a simple YouTube channel where you just brand yourself and you help people without getting too fancy with it, and you can make a lot of money doing that. You make a new video every other day, or maybe you do them in bulk. I try to do mine mostly in bulk the first few days of the week and then schedule them throughout the week. That's probably the best way to do it. And then you don't have to work too much. Number 4, an online job board on your website. So if you have a website like a WordPress website, that's what I use. I use WordPress. WordPress accounts for about 26% of the entire internet now. according to Matt Mullenweg, the founder of it. And it is basically the driver behind all the biggest and most powerful blogs. So WordPress gives you a lot of customization, gives you all kinds of options for basically building your site from scratch or using themes or however you want to do it, depending on your skill set with HTML, CSS, Java, all the stuff that creates websites. And they have these things called plugins. So these make things a lot simpler. It's basically when people take code and they create a little attachment for your site, you download it, you add it to your site, and then it does that stuff for you without you having to code it yourself. So I recommend plugins all the time. If you want to do a job board and make money right like that, you can get Simple Job Board by Press Tigers. It's got great ratings, as you can see. I'm not just making this up. And what it does is, you can look at some of the images, but what it does is it allows you to create or allow people to create job posts on your site. And you can have them pay you $50 for 30 days or $25 for 30 days. It kind of depends on your traffic, how much you can charge. You could even charge maybe by the click, but it allows you to create what looks like a blog post or a page post, and then it adds job features, application form fields, job date, all that kind of stuff to it to make it look like a good job ad, like you would see on, say, Craigslist or something like that. So companies are looking for specialized job boards more and more now. You'll see just marketing only job boards. I've seen virtual assistant only job boards. Another example is a blogger only job board, which is basically all writing and blogging only type of jobs. And you can find that on problogger.com and then go to the jobs tab here. You can click here to post a job, see your jobs, view jobs that are listed, and it shows you all the different ones that are available and who posted them. So you'll notice that they'll do a few jobs, per month, and in this case, maybe a few dozen. He's gotten a very successful site now, but it's $70 for 30 days to post a job. So that is some really good money. I mean, you look at, so let's say you have 50 people posting jobs, which I don't think is unrealistic considering he's getting 3 or 4 per day in the month of March alone. But you could make thousands of dollars just off of job postings, and you just got to keep people coming to your site. So you might do some blog posts and things like that. But job postings, very specific job boards related to your industry only, instead of just people going to monster.com or Indeed. They can find specialized jobs where it's all focused on just one area, like blogging or marketing or virtual assistants and things like that. Number 5 is you could do a podcast and have advertisements on your podcast. So if you have a podcast already and you have a lot of subscribers, this could be a great way to monetize it without having to do a lot of extra work. You would just record a segment promoting the company that wants to get a 30-second or 1-minute segment in your podcast. Promote them, tell them where to go, what website, etc., and then you get paid. So you can get a lot of money from doing this. And if you want to start a podcast, you don't have one yet, and you want to get into this, it's kind of like your own personal radio show, you can go to itunespartner.apple.com and look under podcasts. I'll have a link to this page for you so you can find it easily. And an example of a great podcast that does this that I recommend you kind of learn from is the Tim Ferriss Show. And it's all about, interviewing top investors, celebrities, athletes, and people like that, and figuring out what they do so that other people can do what they do to be successful as well. So it's an interesting podcast, but the whole point of me showing you this is because I want you to listen to the ads that he has at the beginning and at the end of each episode. He'll typically have 2 ads, one segment at the beginning that'll last a couple minutes, and then a segment at the end of the podcast that'll last a couple minutes. And that will have sponsors like Wealthfront and Athletic Greens supplements, and things like that. Headspace, the app for meditation. Those are some of the different sponsors that you'll hear about on the Tim Ferriss Show, but you can get a lot of money from private advertising through a podcast. Number 6, another thing you can do is promote app and reward programs. And typically these are free programs. So an example would be Swagbucks. Swagbucks is a site and an app that allows you to make a lot of money from watching videos, from searching the internet, taking surveys. Basically, it's just a way to make extra money a lot of different ways. And just about anything that you can think of is on here and can make a little extra money from it. But they also allow you to make money from referring other people to use the service, which is where the real money is. And you can make quite a bit of extra money. Maybe you'll make $100 or $200 extra dollars a month from just using it yourself. But if you can get a lot of people, dozens or even hundreds of people doing it and using this app that you referred to the program, you earn 10% off of all those people. So if they do, just a little bit per month, each person on average, then you get 10% of each one. You can make a nice passive income from that just from one of these. And there's a lot of them. There's also Feature Points. There's also Ibotta. There's Inbox Dollars, Cash Pirate. There's a lot of different apps that do this. So look for different referral programs. And typically these are going to be money-making apps. So you can just kind of look at Swagbucks, search Swagbucks on here. Go to swagbucks.com and you can sign up for that. And then you can share your link. So an example of this, of a website where they do this, is called frugalforless.com. And you'll notice this is a page here where they talk about top 10 referral programs from money-making apps. So not only are these good referral programs like Ibotta, I mentioned them, check out 51. I don't think they do one anymore, so I wouldn't mess with them. Boom Gift does. They changed their name, so you'll have to look around. I forgot exactly what they changed their name to, but Swagbucks, Ebates has a good referral program. Appman has a good referral program. Cash Pirate, I already mentioned them. So you can refer people to use these free apps and then you get paid. So they don't even have to pay anything like they would in affiliate marketing, which makes it even easier to get people to try it. So what they do is they do reviews of these apps, and then they have links to their referral link, or they have the promo code they use, so that frugalforless.com makes money from that. So an example would be they'll have, descriptions of all these things. Here's another one. Here's a referral bonus talking about Boom Gift. There's their referral code right there, 6702298. So then they make money when you use their referral code. Another one would be, let's say, they'll have some other referral codes on here as well. And then they'll have some links to, so they'll send you to these pages like Cash Pirate, for instance. And if you go watch and look at how Cash Pirate works, they'll also have their referral code. See, there's a referral code right there. So they make money when you use the app and enter their referral code. So that's one way you can use a website. You don't even need a website necessarily. You can even do this on LinkedIn Publishing. You can do this maybe on medium.com if you have an account there. You can do this maybe even on guest posts, depending on what website you're guest posting on. You can do this on your Tumblr blog. You don't even have to have your own website, but you use your referral codes and your promo codes to make money from people downloading free apps. And number 7, long-term investing or lending businesses. So there's a lot of different ways that you could do this. Of course, you could do regular passive investing through index funds, through, say, the Vanguard 500. That's one I would recommend. Or you could do, say, peer-to-peer lending, which is kind of a new thing the last few years. But Lending Club is one of the leaders in peer-to-peer lending. Basically, it allows you to be the bank, and you get to help people get loans, and you make a lot of interest from them. And instead of making it just a small amount of interest, you might make 5, 7%. Some people make as much as 12, 13, or even 20% interest from these loans. So you take part in these, you have diversification across many different borrowers, so you're not completely dependent on just a few or just one person getting a loan in case something happens where they default. But you can kind of see the how it benefits both sides. So it's easier online application, low fixed rates, flexible terms, no prepayment penalties, no hidden fees, friendly service for borrowers. As the investor, that's what you would be doing. You have great returns, much better than your savings account or many times even the stock market. You have monthly cash flow. You don't have to do hardly anything. You just have to have money to invest, and you need to check on it and do what you need to do to research it every once in a while. But most of the time, you might check it once a week, and that's about it. And you might even make new investments later on, but very little work is going to be involved. The platform takes care of most of it for you and does all the reporting to you of how you're doing. And it's easy to diversify, and it even applies to retirement accounts too. So an example of somebody who's done this and is successful with it is the founder of MrMoneyMustache.com. So you can go to this website, MrMoneyMustache.com, and he talks about the Lending Club experiment 4 months later. That's the name of the main blog post where he talks about this. And he does a great job of breaking down how Lending Club works, how he makes money from it, how he's earning as much as 20% interest from Lending Club at different times, and how he sees it as a long-term investment, how much you should really put into it. You might put, say, $10,000 or $15,000 in it, maybe not much more than that. But it's a great way to make money. I would recommend you read this article. I'll have a link to it for you. It's really informative, but it's a great way to make passive income without a lot of extra work. So if you got something from this video, if you feel like you learned about some ways you could maybe start a business with pretty low maintenance, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. And also, if you want to let me know what you thought about the video in general, or you want to let me know about some other options people might have that I didn't cover in this video and the previous video of this series, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and get your feedback. And what you say in the comments may even help others as well. So please let me know what you think. I'm always looking to improve these videos for you. And also, all the links that I mentioned, all of the sign-up pages, notes, related content to this video will be on one page at selfmadesuccess.com for you, and you can go there to find that, or you can look in the video description for that link. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.